Hey party people, it's your friend Dave from Squawking Dead. It's been a while since you've seen me, I know, and it may still yet be a while till you see me. First things first, I wanted to let you know that the next few episodes, including this one, will be released, edited, and published entirely through Riverside. That's riverside.fm for the uninitiated. We've been with them for the past, wow, about 5 years it seems like. And ever since you started using them to record and help produce and edit our podcasts, they've sounded ever so much better, and every so often they come up with new features that help us make our lives a lot easier. And especially so when some of our lives are a little tougher. Now, I want to be clear that I'm not experiencing any sort of personal tragedy. It's just a extraordinary amount of work at my day job, which is pretty much the only way we can fund this podcast is by me working hard. But there is a way for you guys to help, and that's obviously the usual tipping us if you like what you're hearing and joining a membership to keep this thing going without me having to work as hard as I do. But this kind of work that I've been doing has literally, when I say taken me out, it's taken me out of my personal life. It's taken me out of the podcast life for the first time in a very long time, for an extraordinary amount of time. And it's also, really, I have not slept maybe a total of 12 hours in the past week. That's how bad it's been. So, I'll just say this. I am looking to this as an experiment to see how these next few episodes go. So it'll be this one and at least the next one that will be edited and released entirely through Riverside.fm. If you like it, it's going to be weird. It's not the usual quality. It's not the usual attention to detail and overlays and all the bells and whistles that you're used to. But I gotta say, if you do like it, I will lean into it a little bit more. I'll use this and a little bit of the overlays and stuff like that to release episodes. They'll be released a lot quicker. Not quite up to par to what I consider great. But if you're okay with it, then I'm okay with it. And if we do get an overwhelming response for these kinds of episodes, I will be happy to do that. It will make everybody's lives a lot easier. These episodes will come out a lot faster. So that everybody, I hope you enjoy this episode of Pluribus, helmed by my favorite two. We've got Rachel, Cosmom09 Rachel Burt, and Sharon D, aka Blazy Gardner. Take it away, gals.
I sit and think about these things like, okay, the hive mind, I get it, but what exactly does that entail? But I mean, I guess you could put more people to. We don't know what exactly they're collecting, so or we could have more people going to work in mines or things like that, because maybe the aliens desire gold.
Any other earthly resource.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess that would be where they would go.
We are Squawking Dead, a podcast pulverizing programs beyond the Walking Dead universe.
Sometimes we bring you news, sometimes we make you laugh, and most times we go deep. We are here today to cover the third episode of Pluribus. Rachel, it's good to see you. I don't know. I never start these things off. I don't know what to say.
What is the name of this episode? The name of this episode is
Grenade.
Grenade. Okay,
Grenade. Okay, let's start off like Dave has been doing. What do you think the title means?
Well, there's the obvious thing that I'm pretty good at spotting. When Zosha brings Carol a grenade, of course. She asks for a hand grenade and she brings it to her. So that's the most obvious thing.
This episode is feeling kind of comfortable because once again we have a Carol who's blowing stuff up.
But this one's not doing it on purpose.
Right. She didn't know she was going to blow up.
Not this time anyway. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that little head nod at the end there. She was like, I was like, uh-oh, what's she cooking up? Let's get to that later though, because we don't want to jump to the very endings.
We'll get to that.
The other thing I was thinking about grenade is Carol is the grenade to the joined.
For sure.
Like
she's causing explosions.
She is she is definitely capable of taking them out. I mean,
Mhm.
She is a grenade dropped in the middle of their hive mind, and it's I think it's a little disconcerting to them. Given I love the little guy at the end who did the scene
Mhm.
with her. I loved him. He was so good.
I don't know who that actor is, but he did fantastic.
Yes, he was very good. Again, I don't want to jump back to the end, but
Mhm.
Carol is the grenade that is dropped into the middle of their hive mind, and while the others are very content, they have their families and they don't want to disrupt things because they have their families to worry about. And the other guy, I can never remember the guy on Air
the
Force.
bougie guy.
Yeah, on Air Force One. Sorry,
can't-
Dave. You can
I know, I
insert his
can't
name there, Dave. I can't remember.
Something.
Abate.
Bougie guy.
Abate, whatever. He understands on a level that they can't say no to him, but he's content to just use it for what it is. Like he's not interested in upsetting the status quo because it's benefiting him.
If it's that they can't say no or just that they won't say no.
I mean, judging by the guy's face at the end, in the end speech, when he was like, "Why would you want?" And and ultimately they know it's not a good thing to give Carol an atom bomb,
Right.
but he still says ultimately we would do
We
it.
would, which brings up an entirely different line of question. Like, why? Why would they not be able to say no to something that would ultimately kill a lot of them? A lot.
I mean, I don't know. She says biological imperative all the time, and I don't know if. I mean, I know that also means their biological imperative is to turn everybody to the hive mind,
Mhm.
but I wonder if that's also a part of it. Like they can't kill. I don't know. It's very confusing. There's a lot going on.
Mhm. Ultimately, it comes down to
haven't
like
given
what
us
the
enough
final
information.
goal is. Right. We don't know what the final goal is.
We don't have enough information to know what is going on completely.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, so I thought maybe we could start at the beginning in the very first scene, which is at the ice hotel in Norway.
My worst nightmare.
I'm not with Carol on like being so against everything all the time, but I mean she's got a point about the ice block bed. I'm like, that is not gonna be comfortable. It's gonna be cold. I don't like being cold.
I imagine
I'm with Carol on that one.
I know. Okay, if we're speaking realistically, I imagine there's some sort of mattress or padding on top of the ice. You're not just sleeping on a block of ice.
I mean, maybe, but it looked like it was just furs to me. Just a pile of furs.
I mean, then there has to be enough furs for it to be comfortable. Otherwise, who's staying there? Who's sleeping there? Nobody wants to sleep on a literal block of ice. That's not comfortable for anyone.
There are a lot of adventurous people out there that will do things that aren't comfortable just for the adventure.
But being a hotel, you'd think your first priority is comfort.
Not necessarily. The first priority there is the experience.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I still envision some kind of mattress topper or a cushiony pad of some kind between you and the ice. I mean, now we're talking danger territory. Like that could kill you. You could literally die in your sleep of hypothermia.
I mean, people have survived in that kind of weather and environment.
Well, when you're acclimated to it, sure.
In furs for a long time. So, plus they are sleeping in like parkas and stuff. I can't imagine maybe they didn't get out of their parkas or anyway. All I'm saying is, I am with Carol on the, oh my God, I'm not sleeping on a block of ice. Okay.
Oh, same.
But I'm also with Helen in enjoy this experience because this is something beautiful that not a lot of people get to experience or ever see or ever do. You're privileged to be able to do this and to lie in a hotel and look up at the sky and see the northern lights. That is pretty amazing. I mean, that is, and to be surrounded by all that beautiful artwork. Yes, it's cold, but it's still beautiful artwork, you know? So I get both sides of it, but I'm not wanting to sleep on a block. And I also considered the bathroom angle. Is the toilet going to be made of ice?
Am I going to freeze to the toilet? Yeah. I would hope it was a real toilet. Otherwise, it would melt.
Like, you remember in Christmas Story when the guy licked the pole and stuck to it? It might be something like that, is what I'm saying.
No, thank you. Yeah, I agree. I can see both sides of this. And my knee-jerk reaction was to be like, come on, Helen, Carol isn't going to like this. But it seems to me that Carol doesn't like a lot of things. And so this is Helen's way of forcing her out of her comfort zone, right? She's doing something that she knows ultimately she will enjoy if she would just shut up and be in the moment.
And she does.
She
At
does.
the very
She
end
sure
of the
does.
scene,
Yep.
she finally stops complaining and looks up at the sky, and you can
Yes.
see the change. Bracy
Mhm.
Horn, I mean, she's amazing. But you can see the change in her face that when she's like, yes, this is beautiful, and I am enjoying being here with the woman that I love and enjoying this beautiful thing. But she just can't stop herself from complaining about it the rest of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis wanted to point out, imagine if there was a bidet in the bathroom.
Oh no.
They're staying in the
Oh.
koi room.
Yes, that was something
And
else I was gonna.
koi fish symbolize perseverance, strength, and good fortune, representing the ability to overcome adversity and achieve success. Which, I mean, we don't know a lot about Carol's background. We don't know anything about her.
Mm-mm.
Why did she become this miserable person? What happened? So maybe
Mhm.
the koi fish is representative of her, being perseverance and becoming a success.
Mhm.
She perseveres even though she doesn't really. I think she likes writing. She doesn't like what she's writing. I'm gonna take Dave. Sorry, we're gonna cut here for a second. I have got to eat this sandwich that this gave me. I haven't eaten all day, so give me a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, while you do that, I'm gonna go grab some more water and use the
Okay, I'll be
bathroom.
back in just a minute.
Okay. We ready?
Okay, yeah. Sorry about that, Dave.
All right. I'm gonna let him know we got back at 18 minutes so he can fast forward a couple of. Okay.
All right. So we were talking about the ice hotel.
Yes.
Anyway, I think that gave us because last week I was saying that we've only seen Carol at her worst. We don't know that she's
A
that
miserable
miserable
person.
all the time, but apparently she really
She
is that miserable
is
all the time. I see a lot of Dennis and I in this relationship, and I'm gonna let you guess which one is which.
Is Dennis Carol?
Just a little.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see a lot of. It's funny you say that. My mom and my stepdad too. Yeah.
Yes, because your mom's very bubbly and let's do this and yay and positive. Yeah.
Yep. And then she has to force him to do things. And once he's doing the thing, he always loves it. He always has fun. But they still have to be forced into doing it.
Or even if we're having the best time and everything's great, he's still going to complain about something while we're there.
The one thing,
something
right?
is not going to be right.
Yeah.
What? I'm going to have to sleep on a bed of ice. I mean, like, I totally get it, but still, I'm pointing at him because he's right behind me. But it's okay because it works for them. He's scowling behind me, yes. But it works for them, right? I mean, Helen loves her, obviously. Grouchy. She even admits, this is great for you. You're miserable. You love being miserable. You love having stuff to
Right.
complain about. So here you go.
Yep.
And the other thing I noticed was for someone who hates what she's writing, she's very. Oh, where was I on the bestseller list? Was it between 11 or was it closer to 11 or was it closer to 20?
Yeah. I think it's more of a reflection on her though, right? Even though it's based on her writing, but she's looking at it more like, where am I at? Not really the book.
Oh, sorry, I got distracted by dogs.
Very easy to do.
They're so cute. How can I not?
Right.
Dave's not here to talk bad about them.
I think that's a common occurrence with artists. Okay, so think about it this way. How many times have we heard, for example, a band or a musical artist, and the song that gets them recognized that is played on the radio, you're like, oh, I love this, but I love this song, I love this band, I'm going to go buy the album. But when you buy the album and you listen to it, that's the only song that sounds that way. All the rest of their songs are like a completely different style, different feel, different mess. Like, it's completely different. So it's like the thing that puts them on the map isn't really what they want to be doing. And I feel like Carol's going through a lot of the same thing.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, I understand how she feels, right? Because she's doing something and she's successful, but it's not something that she wants. Something that's she wants substance.
Yes.
And what she's writing is not substance, even though to a lot of people it is.
Yes.
So I mean, we can draw parallels with The Walking Dead on us, right? To most people, The Walking Dead is not
that
substance.
zombie show.
Oh, that right.
Yeah.
But for the people who watch it and love it, it is something to us. It does mean something to us. So I mean, I can understand how she feels and where she's coming from.
Yes. Now, I hope the creators of The Walking Dead don't feel the same way Carol does, though. I hope they recognize what an amazing thing they created. And if Carol could recognize that, maybe you don't enjoy what you're writing, but look at what it has done for people. That should have meaning for you.
If people are willing to stand in line for hours to
Mm.
have you sign a book for them,
Yeah.
then something you have done has spoken to them and touched their heart, you know?
Absolutely.
And that is something you should be proud of, but she can't seem that's not enough. That's not enough
Yeah.
for her. Which I understand. I understand that too.
It's got to be something about her that we don't know yet. Right? Like you said already, there's a lot about Carol that we don't know yet. We don't know her upbringing. We don't know her background. We
Right.
don't know her experiences.
Right.
There's something in her life, I'm sure, caused her to be like this. Is it important to the story? I don't know. Are we ever going to find out? I don't know. If it doesn't matter for where we're going on this show, then we might not ever know.
I mean, it may be enough for us to understand that she's just a miserable
She's
person.
just a miserable person. Absolutely.
But you know what? I don't like Carol, but I like Carol. Does that make sense? Like, I don't think I'd want to be friends with her.
We're not supposed to like Carol. We're not supposed to. Yeah.
I do. Dennis was talking earlier when we were watching it. Like, he's like, I don't understand why she won't let them help her. And I'm like, because she's
independent.
She feels like if she lets them help her, then they win.
Do you feel like, because this thought crossed my mind too, if she lets them help her, do you feel like she'll have this feeling that she like owes them something? Like there's a debt owed if she allows them to help her?
Maybe. But
okay. Do you know what I'm saying?
What would be the end game of that? Because eventually she's going to be turned into
right when they figure out how to turn her into a hive person, maybe she would come willingly.
Maybe. I mean, maybe, but they're so willing to give her everything anyway. I mean, I
don't either. Also, we don't know what that's going to look like. Is she I mean, no one volunteered for this, right? Like the entire so when it happens that they figured it out, is it even going to be her choice, or are they just going to like blow some powder in her face?
Pretty much made that clear. Like when she's like, "How long is it before you turn me into a worker bee?" And Zosha didn't say, "Oh, we're not gonna do that." You know, like you're gonna get your choice. She's like, "Oh, well, we don't know when, but it's gonna happen eventually."
Yeah,
it is a biological imperative, right?
Yeah.
So like they've pretty much made it clear that she's not gonna have a choice, really.
Yeah.
It's her life. Her life is her own right now. But even that isn't true because she has to call them to bring her groceries back to her store.
Yeah.
But still, she's like, I don't want anybody helping me, but yet they had to help you. You know, you didn't just go out and kill your dinner and bring it back. They had to help you. Now, granted, it was because they took it away in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But the grocery store wasn't always going to be there.
Well, and eventually that food's going to go bad.
Right.
As they're filling it back up.
Dennis said the same thing.
As they're filling it back up, I'm like, could they have just brought enough for like a week? Like you didn't need to fill up the whole grocery store.
One of the things I've noticed is while they are comprised of every human on the planet, almost, they don't really understand humans. It's like all of the humanity has caused them to lose the humanity. They don't understand sarcasm. They don't understand, you don't have to restock my entire store. But since that's what she wanted, that's what they did. Like, they don't understand humans at all, even though they are made up of every human on the planet. I told Dennis when we were watching, I'm like, they're like an entire hive mind of Sheldons from The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
They don't understand human cues. You know, we thought you were being sarcastic, but we wanted to make sure. We weren't sure if you were being sarcastic. Of course, any human who's not in the hive mind would understand immediately that.
Well, I don't know about any human. I mean, there's lots of.
Well, I mean, nobody's going to say, yes, she really wants a hand grenade. You know, I mean, that everybody would be like, yeah. So I find it funny that even though there's so much humanity involved in the hive mind, they don't understand humanity anymore. They've completely lost the thread with humans, with human thought. Yeah,
there is a very robotic feel to. I mean, Zosha's a little more human-like, I guess. I don't know. It's tough to really nail down.
Well, I mean, so here's one thing I've been wondering. Have they done this before? Like, is this the first time they've ever had people who weren't assimilated? Is this their first time doing this to a society?
Well, let me ask a bigger question. Who's they? Who are you?
the aliens 600 million light years away who
Sent the signal out?
sent the signal. And
Okay.
they've even said there's no aliens on this planet.
Correct. Yeah.
Taffler said that in the last one. He's like, there's no aliens on this planet.
On this planet.
So obviously it is some sort of alien. Well, not obviously. Nothing
think
in
it's
the
pretty
Gilligan world
obvious.
is obvious. But
That's true.
I believe it's aliens controlling, and I believe they're probably controlling the hive mind because it makes it easier. They're consolidating all of their resources for distribution. It makes it easy. The populace is
I think wherever the
pliable.
signal, absolutely, wherever the signal was coming from, I also said and believe that it's aliens. Wherever they're sending the signal from, that planet could possibly be used up of all of its resources. And so now they need to relocate to a new planet that's not destroyed yet. And it'd be a whole lot easier to do that if everything that lived on it was under one hive
Right.
mind.
So that brings the question, is this the first time they've done this? Is this the first time they've had people not assimilate? Because it seems like they don't particularly know what to do
Mm-hmm.
when this happens. So
Mhm.
I'm wondering, is Carol like this huge monkey wrench that they obviously don't have a contingency to say no to her. So but is it also that they can't, I mean, is it that they don't want to say no because they're afraid of her, or is it they can't say no? Judging from the last
Right.
conversation, I'm going to say they can't say no. There is something stopping them from saying no to her.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like they would try to persuade her to change her mind, but ultimately, if she says, "Give me what I want," they're gonna do it.
So if they can't say no to her, if she does something so, I wrote it down here. What if Carol demands that they kill her?
Well,
Because they can't kill
they can't. Yeah.
and they can't say no to her. But what if that's the big
That's quite the conundrum.
Right. So I can't remember what it was. It was some TV show somewhere I watched a million years ago where they broke down the enemy by making them
Like, could not compute.
right. They couldn't rectify the two things they were asking. So I'm wondering if maybe that
does sound very familiar. Yeah. What that is it does sound very familiar.
kind of like war games almost, only instead of tic-tac-toe, it's, can't kill versus kill me.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's definitely a paradox.
Also, something I meant to mention about Grenade. Grenade is also a Bruno Mars song.
Mm-hmm.
I'd catch a grenade for you.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of fits because Zosha does eventually catch the grenade for Carol.
Well, she like takes it and throws it. Yeah.
So the next scene is on the plane where this show is funny.
It
is so funny.
It is funny.
So the two pilots introducing themselves.
Pilots. Finally got some pilots.
Yeah. Is this because the TGI Fridays Carol chip freaked me out?
Me out.
Yes, it is, Carol.
Okay, stop that now. Oh.
So yes, they did get real pilots to make Carol feel better, although it really wasn't necessary because between the hive mind, there's millions and millions and millions of hours of flight experience. But that was really funny. And then when she calls our friend, I want to say his name is Manuelos. We haven't met him yet, so I don't know.
I can't remember.
Ovidio. He's in Paraguay. And she tries to call, and of course he answers the second time, and she tries to. I wonder, does she speak Spanish? I mean, she lives in Albuquerque. It's not a far-fetched.
Well, she knows some Spanish. Yeah. That's for sure.
She knew enough, but here's the thing. He's going to realize, of course, that she's not one of them because she cursed him out. I did see the translation somewhere. I don't remember what it was, and I didn't write it down. Basically, she told him to do something unsavory to his mother.
She told him that.
Yes, and I don't remember what it was something like he just called her a name or something. I don't remember what it was. Let me see. I could probably look.
He called her puta. I mean, even without speaking Spanish, I think we all know that one. This is where Dave inserts the translations over top of us right now. Dave's going to pop on screen and say, here's what was actually said. I'm assuming what he said was, and David, I apologize, but I'm only quoting. I assume what he said was "Stop calling, bitch."
I can't find it that quick. But anyway, it was just something like, you're a hoe or something. I mean, it wasn't anything different. Damn it! Something else I meant to mention when we were talking about the ice room. Carol says we could have saved $100,000, and I could have frozen my eggs here, which tells me that they have been trying to conceive, or they wanted to conceive later, and so Carol had her eggs frozen in order to do that later, which may be that's another dream that she's losing out on, right? She's not even going to get to do that anymore because Carol's gone. I mean, Helen is gone.
Yeah.
So I see our Manulos getting in touch with Carol somehow. Here's a theory I heard somewhere that they say that they weren't aware of him for the first 33 hours and they only became aware of him after she shut them all down. So the theory that I have seen in a few places is that Dave, sorry, I don't have any references for that. I don't remember where. That when she set them all off, it shook him out of the hive. And so he is now, that's how they just became aware of him, because he was in the hive and now he's out. I don't know how much I agree with that, because I feel like they would have felt him leave the hive as he's in the hive mind
Yeah.
or something like that. So I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it is an interesting theory to think about.
My theory about that particular individual was that he just lived very reclusive and didn't really have much contact with the outside world to begin with.
He was a manager of a self-storage place, so like he would have had to have contact with people.
Would he? I mean, a self-storage, people just come in and out,
But
and
they still have to go rent it and stuff like that. So I mean, like, I feel like maybe he would have.
I think it would be
But
very minimal.
yeah,
And people
maybe,
can,
yeah.
people can like do it online, and just because they put their own locks. You put your own locks on a self-storage, so they wouldn't even have to pick anything up from him.
I think there's a lot of different ways it could or won't work. Like it's an interesting theory. I don't know if I believe it, but I found it interesting to think about.
I agree with you. I think if he were part of it and then not, they would have
Right.
known immediately that he was no longer a part of the hive mind.
Of course, then they said that's when they became aware of him. Maybe the way she used aware wasn't the way we're thinking of it. You know what I mean? Like they could become aware of him as an individual because I don't know. Again, I don't know if I believe it or not, but it was interesting to think about.
It is a very interesting theory, because what it means is that people have the ability to leave the hive mind. Could this be, this could be what Carol's been trying to find the whole time, a way to save humanity. He left the hive mind. We need to figure out how you did that so that everyone else can do it too.
But then if you think of how many people you would have to kill in order to shake X number of people out of the hive mind. So would it even be, you'd have to kill, if she killed 11 million people and one guy shook loose.
Yeah.
That would be that you'd have to kill almost the entire, it would be pretty apocalyptic. I mean, here's so something I meant to mention last week, and of course I forgot it. When Adube or Abute, whatever his name is, when he says he's going to Vegas, and I'm like, but wait, what is the point of Vegas anymore? People aren't going there to gamble because they're all in the hive mind. So there's nothing there. He's going to stay in Elvis's haunted room or whatever. But what I'm saying is there is no Vegas anymore.
Well, if he wants there to be, there will be, right?
But what is the point? Money doesn't mean anything anymore.
No, but he could still gamble and feel the rush and joy of winning.
Maybe, but I just feel like it wouldn't be nearly as exciting, because he could be like, hey, make me win every game, and that wouldn't be any fun either. Like, I want to win every game that spins on this, and they'd have a computer guy figure out how to do it. So,
well, yeah, but the point, I mean, he doesn't have to win every game. He could just go, and like the stakes are still the same. There's just no money. Well, not the stakes. That's not what I meant to say. The anticipation is still the same. There's just no, like you said, the money doesn't matter. So really, it's just about having fun.
Something else that I was thinking of, what do the hive people do? I mean, I get right now they're fixing things and cleaning up and consolidating resources and all that. But once that happens, like, what do they do? Like, what, you just stand around? Like, okay, like in Westworld, when you were shut down, they just shut down and they just stand there and don't take anything. I mean, what do they do? It's very confusing. It's very,
so they're still humans. They're still a human being, and they still work biologically the same. So they would still have to sleep, eat, do all the normal stuff a human would have to do to survive. Sosha brings up when they shut all the power down, right? And she's like, oh, we're consolidating. Nobody's out doing anything except for the essentials. So, yeah. So what are people doing? Are they sleeping? Are they just standing in a corner of their house?
well, I mean, so I would imagine accidents still happen, right? Like
right, which is why the hospitals
right, the hospitals
are
here,
open.
because
Yeah.
people still fall off of stools and things like that. They're not super beings. You still have things like Zosha getting blown up,
Mm-hmm.
So you still have hospitals. You still have people who have to grow food. But
Mhm.
what are the Vegas showgirls doing? What are the bankers doing?
Yep. What are actors and actresses doing?
Right. What's
What are athletes
Betty
doing?
White doing?
Well,
I just I sit and think about these things like, okay, the hive mind, I get it, but what exactly does that entail? Like, but I mean, I guess you could put more people to. We don't know what exactly they're collecting, so or we could have more people going to work in mines or things like that, because maybe the
Mhm.
aliens desire gold. I don't know.
or any other earthly resource. Yeah.
So I mean, I guess that would be where they would go. I just like when he says he
That's
went to
a-
Vegas.
yeah.
I'm like, what is the point of going to Vegas? It's just not going to be the same, because you're the only person there that is actually
Mhm.
enjoying or enjoying what you're doing.
Yep.
Which, okay, that's an interesting thought. Carol, who is the one who never enjoys anything, is the only person left on Earth who can enjoy anything.
But isn't.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It's ironic that the one person who doesn't enjoy anything is the only person left on Earth that can. Except she did enjoy things eventually, kinda.
Yeah. Begrudgingly.
So in the next scene, we have Zosha dropping Carol off at her house, and she hands her mail. This is another instance of where they don't understand humans because they think that seeing a piece of mail and them knowing about it is going to make Carol happy. Like that Helen sent her something right before she died is going to make her happy rather than make her sad and depressed and ultimately very angry.
Yeah.
So they give her she takes it in and she goes through the mail. Here's an interesting little tidbit that I picked up on Facebook. If you look at the name, Helen's name, she picks up the piece of mail and they focus on it, that has Helen's name on it. Helen L. Umstead. L. Umstead is for Lori Umstead, who is a big fan of The Walking Dead. I mean, I'm sorry, a big fan of the Breaking Bad universe. She was really into it with Breaking Bad and with Better Call Saul, and she has become close to some of the people involved, including Vince Gilligan's mother. So I saw their exchange. This is how I know I saw their exchange on Facebook, where Vince Gilligan's mom confirmed that was named after Lori. So good on you, Lori. I'm so happy for you, man. That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So she got a little shout out there. That's great. Lori's really nice. Like I haven't met her in person, but I have communicated with her through the Breaking Bad Better Call Saul universe. When I was really into the Better Call Saul verse, I communicate with her. So she's really cool. She's awesome. The other thing I liked is that they have her phone is programmed to say it's us, Carol.
Mm-hmm.
I
When
thought
they
that was
call.
hilarious. I thought that was hilarious too.
That was funny. I did notice that.
So she gets the Theragun, which was in the first episode when they were going through the airport and they were looking at it. Was before she had Helen move her books. When she had Helen move her books from the bottom shelf to the top shelf, it was right before that they had seen the Theragun in the airport.
Okay.
So I'm guessing she ordered it on her phone on Amazon. Probably that's might have been what she was doing when the virus hit. They thought she was looking at comments, but maybe she had gone to order the Theragun, which is really sad. She goes, the next scene, she's watching Golden Girls, which I thought was an interesting choice. Especially the scenes that they chose to use. The scene that she's watching in this, the Golden Girl scene that she's watching in this is Rose talking about old lady Hickenlooper who never smiled. Mean old lady Hickenlooper who never smiled. And Rose told her it was because she turned her frown upside down so the lady would stand on her head, which fits in with Carol, right? The lady who never
Definitely.
smiled, and she's not standing on her hands to smile at anybody, though. She's very much the opposite of that. The other scene they use is the dumbest virgin sacrificing herself, which that was funny. Right, stranger danger. It was anyway. The other scene was the dumbest virgin. She had to they wanted to sacrifice the dumbest virgin in the town. And she goes, "I don't know why I raised my hand." And then later on in the episode, we see a sacrifice from Zosha. Not she's a dumb virgin, but she does sacrifice herself for Carol.
Well, I think that's a strong word to use. She throws the grenade outside and then tries to save her. She didn't really. If she'd sacrificed herself, she would have ran outside with it and laid on top of it.
I mean, maybe she didn't know she was gonna get hurt that badly.
I mean, she
but
tried
she's-
everything to get out of the
Right.
way of it.
She did throw herself on top of Carol to block Carol
Yes.
from it.
Yes. She was trying to protect Carol.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, they can't. So they can't let something die either. Apparently,
Yeah, apparently.
this show is so much. Okay.
I know.
They bring her the food, and I love the shot of her looking at the dome. It's called a cloche, by the way. I looked that up.
Yes.
Looking her reflection in the dome of the cloche before she picked it up was a brilliant shot. It was amazing.
There were a few of those this episode. If to go back just a little bit, when Carol's laying on the couch watching Golden Girls and it's panning to Carol, we see a reflection of Rose in the
that was
CD
great.
disc.
Yes, that was great.
That was really cool. Yeah.
The cinematography in the show is always going back to talking about when we get to Sprouts, the choreography of that scene of them pulling the trucks in, and all the people walking in, and they're all coming off of the ramps at the same time and everything. Just amazing. The choreography is amazing. Otto agrees with me. He's getting rid of. What you doing, boy? What you talking about? So she takes the food and she's like, I'm a very independent person. Oh, the scene where she opens the refrigerator door after Zosha tells her that they've got half a carton of oat milk, and she takes it out. She's like, a third. That's 3/4 of a carton. What it shows her, it was hilarious.
That was funny.
But she's like, I'm a very independent person. I fend for myself. But as I said earlier, yet she's not really. I don't want to call you every time I need something. But eventually, all the stuff it will run out. Even if you had your grocery store, like you said, if that food's going to go bad, nothing's going to be in there forever. So eventually, you're going to need their help. You don't exist in society without other people's help, whether or not you fend for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody does. Nobody survives in society by themselves. You're not the one keeping your roads up. You're not the one outgrowing your own food. You're not the one making medicine or compounding medicines. Everybody depends on other people to a point. So while she considered herself self-sufficient and fending for herself in her real life, now she's going to learn that's not true. She's not. You can't. I mean, yes, there were settlers who went out in the wilderness and survived on their own, but that was nobody. You can't do it anymore. It's not possible. Even uncontacted tribes, they're still tribes. They still have a society around them. Like nobody lives out there on.
No, there's no one individual even. Yeah.
Maybe that's the whole point of this show, is we are all part of a hive mind in the sense that we can't live without a society. No matter how individual we think we are, we're all still part of the same.
But we have to rely on each other to a certain point to exist conveniently. I mean, if somebody moved out to the middle of the woods and did start growing their own food, I mean, sure, could you do it? Maybe for a little while, but you're not going to survive nearly as long as you would with the help of others.
You'd have to go out and kill animals and wear furs.
Absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely, because if you bring blankets with you, well, somebody else made those blankets.
Right.
If you have electricity, unless you can.
I mean, how are you going to get the axe to cut the trees down to build your shelter?
Yeah.
So there is nobody is on their own. You can choose to isolate yourself from society, but you're still dependent on society.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I love the whole Sprouts sequence. Again, Ray Seahorn has the best face acting of anybody in TV right now. I mean, you can see every emotion going through Carol on her face as she watches. It's like she's realizing she's seen it a little bit, but now she's really seeing what they're capable of doing in an hour. In an hour, they fully stock a grocery store.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. The other thing that was when now they're all walking out and the 3 different people talk to her as they finish their sentences as they go by, so that I was like, whoa, that would freak me out just a little bit. Like,
I wondered how many takes it took to get it down just right.
Right. Something I noticed on the side of the truck, there was a lot of ice references in this episode, and there were ice cubes on the side of the truck, again referencing
Ice, I noticed the ice
hotel
cubes
in
too.
Noel. Yeah. So she takes her food after she does all her shopping, and she bought a frozen dinner.
Right. All of that. We stocked an entire grocery store full of fresh produce and all that, but she goes to the microwave meals. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Also washing down all of her because that is Xanax that she's taking, by the way. I looked it up. It's Xanax. It's the generic for Xanax. And so she's taking Xanax and she's drinking vodka, which is never a great
mix. Don't take alcohol with any medication, please.
I guess, well, I mean, I get it. She's like, what
I know. She's like, screw it.
What am I
The
staying sober
transition,
for?
I really appreciated the transition in that
Yes,
scene
pouring the
too.
water
That
out
was
to
very
pouring the liquor.
cool.
That was great.
Mhm.
So the power goes out, and she's like, again, I would feel this way too. Like, what the F? Come on.
Right. You go through that at least, what, once a week?
Yeah,
While we're recording sometimes?
right. What the F? So she go, and I love her looking out the window and seeing all the lights go off, you know.
That's a terrifying moment too. They use this has been used in a lot of other movies and shows too, watching the power grid go out in a big city, and like
Yeah.
every single time it makes my stomach like
Fear the Walking Dead had a big one.
yeah.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
all the lights went out.
Yep.
I just found that really interesting. And then of course when Zosha comes and she says, we left all of the lights on for this route or that route or whatever, you know, like you can see where the lights are on the distance was probably a hospital, and the roads, because they still have to travel if they are
Yeah.
doing emergency things. But why wouldn't you turn off all the lights if you don't need them anymore? Why would you keep wasting all of that?
Agreed. Yeah. Like I said, when we first, well, I guess it was just this is really only the second time we've recorded. When you really think about what the hive mind is saying and what they're doing, everything makes sense. It sounds incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But what we all know about things that sound too good to be true, they usually are.
Right.
So I'm just waiting for the
Yeah.
other side of this.
They're trying to sell them oceanfront property in Arizona.
Yeah,
Or New
exactly.
Mexico. We'll call it New Mexico instead of Arizona. But so Zosha shows up with the hand grenade that Carol angrily. What can we do to make you happy, Carol? A hand grenade would be great. No.
Give me a hand grenade, yeah.
So they show up with it. I love the actress that plays Zosha. Like, she is great too.
She is.
She is great, but nothing. This is not like, you know, body shame or anything, but girl, you are so skinny. She is like this big around, and I'm like, what do you say all the time, Rachel? Where are her organs? Where are her organs?
Where do you keep your organs?
She is so tiny. She's so tall. But anyway, I really like her. I think she's doing a great job.
She is.
Because she has to do things like in the last episode, she has to like master all these, not master the languages, but she has to be able to speak sentences in other languages and stuff, you know, and I find that
and sound
like,
fluent.
right, and sound fluent. So good on her. She did great.
I just watched The Happening yesterday.
That movie is so bad.
What? I loved it.
So bad.
I loved it, especially the first time. I loved it the first time.
I only watched it once because I was like, this movie sucks.
With Marky Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
It was the trees and the wind.
It was good. I mean, it makes sense. The planet should be killing us off. Let's be honest here.
It was like the horror version of the Lorax. So Zosha brings her the hand grenade, and Carol's like, okay, you want to come in and have a drink? I mean, what the heck? She's lonely. I'm sure she's very lonely. And Raban, well, her books were based on Helen. Raban was based on Helen. So having someone there who looks like Raban is probably feels a lot like having Helen there with her, especially someone who has access to Helen's memories. Even though she's constantly saying, you don't get to remember Helen, only I do.
Mm-hmm.
The fact is her memories are still there. And it might be a little bit comforting that they're not gone. That hi, Fiona.
Okay.
She says, I heard Otto talking. It's my turn.
Right? Pretty much. What?
Fiona, did you like the show?
She slept through the whole thing, so.
Hi, Fiona.
Oh, yeah? What else?
Does she miss her sister?
You know what? She really does. She's had a rough week.
I'm sorry about your kitty.
Thank you. The thing is, like, I wasn't really sure how she would take it because they were never really close.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they tolerated each other. They never played together. They didn't, like, up until this past month, maybe for the past month before Lucy passed, they would sleep together on the couch. Other than that, the only time they were even near each other was, like, on me. And it wasn't to be near each other. It was to be near me. You know, that was it. But yeah, this week, I think she's like, well, wait a minute. What? I mean, you know, maybe I didn't like her, but I loved her. Where is she?
Just because I ignored her doesn't mean I didn't care.
Exactly. The first couple of nights, she spent the whole night just like howling.
Oh, poor baby girl.
Yeah. But I got up and I took her in my bedroom and she slept on the heated blanket and that cheered her up. Yeah. So she's getting better. Ugh. All right. Now she's laying down.
I enjoyed the conversation or the information that Zosha was giving about the vodka. I thought that was pretty interesting, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And then Carol had to ruin it by going, "Oh, and you just plucked that knowledge out of his head, huh?" Like, shut up, Carol. Enjoy something for once.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to always be this. You don't have to always be this person. Like, you can let it go occasionally.
I like how Zosha could have corrected her and said, no, I didn't steal it. Like, his mind is in here. He shared that information. I didn't steal it. But she doesn't. She just lets Carol be angry. She really does. She just lets Carol be mad about things.
I think that's part of the way they are, but also partly because they don't want to anger her too much, because then, the grenade goes off, the Carol grenade.
They've also got Helen up here, and Helen knows Carol's happiest when she can be miserable.
Mm-hmm.
So they just let her be miserable. It made me sad, too, when she told Zosha, I'm the only one that gets to remember Helen. And then I thought, did Helen not have any other family?
Well, I mean, how would Helen feel about that?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it was anger. It was coming out of anger. And,
absolutely.
And her, but yeah, I mean, how would Helen feel about that? Like, she had other people in her life, just because you chose to be alone
friends,
and solitary,
family.
Right. Just because you choose to be alone and solitary doesn't mean that Helen had to.
Like, I don't believe for a second that Carol's the only person that would miss Helen if she were gone.
Right.
So that's just not fair.
Right.
That's yeah. But again, yes, it was said in anger. I get it.
I mean, I get it too. I mean, it's only been 4 days. It's not like it's been weeks or anything. It's been 4 days. Not only did she lose her wife, but the entire world is turned upside down, and she's the only she's alone. Again, I say it like I said last week. She is completely alone.
Yeah.
Which is why she attached to Zosha, even though she's trying not to. She doesn't want to be completely alone, even though I want to be alone.
Absolutely.
Leave me alone. But she doesn't really want to.
Well, no. It has been only 4 days, and the opening scene confused me so much because I didn't notice right away that it was counting down.
Right.
And so when it said 2000 whatever, and I'm like, holy crap. Like, we're really okay.
Right. I did the same thing. I was like, man, they did a hell of a time jump. But I did the same thing. But then I noticed it was counting up instead of backwards.
I didn't notice it until Helen took her scarf off. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is before. Jeez. Yeah.
I did do the same thing. They're like, wow, that was they jumped a big old time jump there. But yeah, it has only been 4 days since Helen died. In a very traumatic way. Like, it wasn't like she died in her sleep or anything peaceful. That was pretty violent and right in front of her, and she couldn't save her. And she, maybe in her heart, she wants to be Raban, the one who's the hero who saves everybody. She did kind of put her on a plank, like Raban had to jump off the plank. She did kind of put her on a plank. But she wants to be the hero, and she can't be the hero. There's nothing she can do. So the only she can do is be the hero to herself and just be like, I'm just going to be all by myself and handle it, because that's all I can do. And still, I can't just give in. But how would you give in anyway? Because you can't join them yet. So you're just kind of stuck in a limbo. Even if you want to, you can't at the moment.
Yeah.
I love that she's even polite when she's taking a live grenade away. If we may, Carol. And then she grabs it and throws it out. She's polite to the end.
As she's dying, she's like, it's okay, Carol. It's okay.
And it makes me think
Is it, though?
Makes me think of the guy hanging from the crane in the last episode when she dragged him on. It's okay, Carol.
It's okay.
This show is so funny. I did not expect this show to be this funny.
I had no idea what to expect going into this, and I've been very, very pleasantly surprised.
I gotta
all
say,
along.
I mean, we're 3 episodes in, and I am into this show. Like, it's been a while. It's been since Fear the Walking Dead that I've been into a show this hard.
Here's how I know I'm enjoying it, is because I'm actually pausing when I have to get up and leave the room and come back.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I it's been since Fear the Walking Dead that I felt this into a show, so I'm enjoying it.
All right. I'm not quite on that level, but I am enjoying it. It's got humor and suspense, and I'm wanting to see where this goes.
Fast bitch named Carol.
I know, right? I mean, yep, they're speaking. They know their audience. It's checking all the boxes. Yeah. We're getting some answers while creating new questions. It's carrying me along. It's interesting.
I have 1000% faith in Vince Gilligan and his team. Going by the Breaking Bad universe,
Mm-hmm.
it was all perfect. I mean, not perfection, okay, but close to it, as close as you can get to it. Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Yeah. Yeah.
They also put the sirens on strictly for Carol's benefit because Zosha didn't need sirens to know that they were coming.
That's
so
true.
the sirens were strictly for Carol's benefit, which is a nice little touch, right? Like they thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to the hospital scene, which was great. You and I talked about it earlier. The little
yes.
the actor that played the DHL guy
Yep.
was great. I think we talked about it a little bit earlier, but
Talk about face acting.
Yes.
He carried that
Yes.
scene right on his face, and it was
what
perfect. Perfection.
what
He did
would you
fantastic.
want one
Right?
for?
Right? No, he did. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Superb acting.
I also like that there was a guy in a hospital gown walking by outside. If you looked outside the window, you could see
Oh,
a
I
guy in
didn't
a
see
hospital gown
that.
walking by.
What?
which was
Why?
interesting.
Why? I did not see
Yeah,
that.
maybe he was
What
on
the
his,
heck?
maybe he was on his way to move some stuff. I don't know, but just a
Put some
random,
pants
just
on,
a
man.
random guy in a gown going by. Well, I also and throughout the show, nobody
How
has changed
weird.
clothes for the most part. Zosha did, but for a reason. Like she didn't go change clothes because she wanted to or because she felt dirty.
Yeah.
She did it because she needed to play the part that she's playing. But like the DHL guy, he hasn't changed clothes in 4 days since everything went down. You know, the TGI Fridays girl who's flying the plane, she's still wearing her TGI Fridays outfit. So
that makes you wonder because they are still human. They are still, sweating. They still have, biology is still a very real thing. Like they would need to shower. Everyone's going to start stinking.
I'm imagining if you go to change clothes or whatever, you're not going to put your work uniform back on and then go fly a plane.
I don't know though. Maybe that means something. Maybe the outfit they had on when all this went down is the only thing they know or the only like what they're drawn to. I don't know.
I don't know. I just noticed that people still have
Yeah.
uniforms on.
No,
Yeah.
right. But I
She
don't know.
also
Maybe it's just one
says-
of those things that
Zosha
just, I
also
don't know.
says something about what used to be private homes.
Mm-hmm.
So are people not staying in homes anymore? Does the hive mind not stay in homes, or do they just go to any home that they happen to be near
Right.
and walk
Or
in?
are they all
But
just
then-
like hanging out in caves?
Right. So, and how do they distribute? Like, because they have to distribute food. Like you said, these people are human; they still have to eat. So, how are they? If they're not in a home, are they going to line up every day and get food on the street? And then I'm like, I'm interested in what the mechanics are of this.
I
this whole
agree
thing.
because, okay, going back, I know we keep going back and forth, which we didn't want to do, but here we are. This is life. When they're restocking the sprouts, those vans, those trucks showed up within minutes,
Right.
which means the food was already on those trucks.
Right. And specific to that store, apparently, because they brought all the stuff back to that specific store.
Right. Well, that I could maybe overlook because it's food, right? So they restock food. But still, yes, to me, it seems like they had just emptied that store. The food was still on the trucks, and then they just brought it right back.
Yeah. Well, I thought about that too, because they're like, we'll be there in a moment. And literally by the
Yeah.
time she walks outside, they're pulling up.
Right.
So how exactly
It had to
would
have been
that go down?
nearby, too.
Right. I mean, I'm just interested in how they're, again, she says what used to be, we're taking things that could be useful from hospitals, grocery stores, what used to be private homes. So
Yeah.
again, are people not staying in homes? Are they staying on the street? Are they just standing there all night? Like what is going on? And
Right.
how does the distribution thing work? Or does that mean distribution to the aliens that are coming to take everything? But then if that was the case, why would they bother to tell Carol this? It could be months before we do you, because if they're going to come and take all the resources of Earth, then there's nothing left for the humans. So I don't know, it's very interesting. I'm very interested to see where this is going.
Yeah, I hope in the next couple of episodes we get to see what's going on with I don't what do we call them, the hive mind, I guess.
Mhm.
The people
Mhm.
people in the hive. Because it is these are a lot of answers. Ultimately it doesn't matter, maybe not, but it is curious.
I'm really wondering where Carol's going to go next because of the basically, like I said, the head tilt at the end of the episode when she's sitting there and she's like, "Oh, maybe this is more than I thought about. I was so worried about being individual that I didn't realize all the things that they would do for me for real. Like I thought they were
Right.
just joking around, but they brought me a hand grenade when I asked for one."
She was I liked seeing this side of Carol too when she was genuinely worried about Zosha.
Right.
That was that
Right.
she really was like, hurry up. Also, when that happened to Zosha, did anyone else feel those effects? Did anyone else
Well, I mean,
die
she-
as a result of this?
She said, because remember earlier on when they were drinking, and she's like, do others
Yeah,
get drunk when
get
you
drunk,
drink?
right?
So I don't think it's not like an ET when ET drank the beer and Elliot got drunk at school. I don't think it's like that. I think it's more like they think like other people know that she's drinking, but they're not feeling the effects. But they're
effects.
aware of that she's doing it.
Okay.
Just like when Carol saved her from Abate or whatever his name is from being part of his harem,
Mm-hmm.
but yet as part of the hive mind, she's still going to experience everything that those women experienced because she's part of the
Sure.
hive mind. So
Sure.
she may have saved her from the actual physicality of it, but she didn't save her from the experience of it. Does that make sense?
It does, but I guess my question is, Zosha was literally blown up and like physically hurt over this, and we know, well, okay, I guess physically what's happening is different than, because what set them off before was Carol like freaking out on her,
right? The
negative emotion that was
right, and that made her go into the spasms. This wasn't.
right.
This was just actual injuries. Like she's just actually physically injured.
And it wasn't like Carol threw the grenade at her. That might have had a different result.
Right.
If she were, yeah. Okay, so because Carol's emotions weren't a factor in all of this, then everyone else was probably safe from this incident.
Because
okay,
she wasn't injured by Carol. She was injured by the
grenade.
And again, Carol is not a bad person. Like I don't feel like Carol would willingly blow up somebody.
No.
You know, just she's not a bad person.
She's not a bad person. She's just a miserable person.
She just makes bad decisions.
Yeah. Well, and she genuinely thought it was a fake. She didn't think it was real. Yeah.
The part of the scene when she leaned right into Zosha's face before she grabbed the grenade, she's like, "You guys are mind effers."
Mm-hmm.
But the presence of the actor to stay just serenely looking while Ray Seahorn is right up in her face, I was like, you know what? Good. That was great. That was awesome. I mean, good directing, not just the actor, but that the director told her to do this. Like that was a fantastic sequence.
I would love to see the bloopers from that scene.
Yeah. So after we end with the hospital scene with Carol's little head cocked, like,
mm-hmm.
I could be Queen
she's
Carol.
She's definitely got some ideas cooking up. Yeah, I mean, see what it is.
She could, in effect, take them all out by being angry, which is what she's good at. But she doesn't want to do that.
But that's not saving anyone.
People, right? There's still people that she's killing. And by the way, if anybody's wondering why Carol's having a problem, she also was responsible for killing 11 million people. I'm sorry. Yeah. That is going to sit on your shoulders pretty heavily, no matter who you are. Okay?
Absolutely.
Unless you are Stalin, because he was okay with it. But
even inadvertently,
even normal,
she's still
people,
feeling the weight.
Right? She's going to feel like I killed 11 million people. So yeah, that is also. I rewatched the first one, and we were discussing that perhaps the actual changing itself is what killed Helen or kills other people, but I don't know if that's true because Helen hits her head pretty hard on the pavement when she falls backwards.
That's true.
And I saw someone else say
did not
that
brace herself.
that red stuff around that red look around her eyes is indicative of a head trauma incident.
Okay.
So I don't think that the actual changing is what killed them. I think it's the accidents that occurred from the changing. Right.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense. Just like what happened with Carol. She had that negative emotion. People didn't die from that. They died because of what happened during that seize up or that freak out.
When she had it there, I don't know, the little kid was standing up on the table or something, and then he fell off and hit his head. That would have killed him, not the shaking part.
Exactly.
So I think that, I mean, I'm not 100% obviously, but I think that is something we need to remember, that I don't think it's the act itself. I think it's the accidents. Like the grandfather who died from the car crash. He didn't die because of the seizure. He died because the car crashed.
That's a very good point. Very good point. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I could totally agree with that.
So, but on the whole, I think this show is just freaking amazing. It it's got me. I could watch. I'm probably gonna go back today and watch it again, the first 3 episodes, just because I like it so much. Oh, Tom Schnauz was in the first episode. Thomas Schnauz, who was the
I know that name. Why do I know
yeah,
that name?
he was the co-producer, executive producer on Breaking Bad. I mean, Better Call Saul.
Yeah, Better Call Saul.
Right.
Yeah.
He was in the first episode when they pass the bus that's on fire, when Carol drives past the bus that's on fire, and there's all the people that were on the bus that are standing on the side of the road. He
Yep.
is one of the people standing on the side of the road.
Okay.
And he kind of walks out into the street behind her, So
Okay.
again, I did
All
not
right.
find that myself. I don't remember what podcast it was I was watching. But
Yeah.
that's where I saw it.
Yeah.
Credit where it's due if I could remember, so I don't. So sorry. I'm just saying it wasn't
No,
me.
that's awesome. It wasn't me. Yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
go back
good
to my
catch.
notes real quick. When she said, when Zosha said, they were like, when they're talking about turning the lights off, and Zosha says, "You donated twice to the Sierra Club. We thought you'd understand." That was funny. That was really funny. Again, it's just another instance of they don't really understand humans, even though they're every human on the planet. They still don't understand humans and human thinking. And
Well,
human-
it's almost like because there's so much knowledge, they're all hyper rational, right? There's no okay, that is going to sound so it reminds me of Temperance Brennan in the first few seasons of Bones, right? Where she's just hyper rational. There is no emotion, right? There's no room for emotional thought when you're trying to achieve something. Emotions play no part in it. And that's kind of what they're doing. It's like there's so much going on. They know everything. And so they're hyper rational about everything. And so yeah, but I agree there's a human element when you have emotional thought about things, but we're not seeing a lot of that because I think they have all the knowledge.
And I think it's also maybe a log jam of knowledge. Like you have so many different perspectives and cultures and ideas and venues of knowledge that are all coming together at one point, and they're actively working against each other. You know what I mean? So you have this side, this train of thought over here, and the opposite train of thought here, and they're banging against each other now. So nobody's getting anywhere. So it's like this log jam of knowledge and everything, and they can't. It's all just one big jumble.
Sure, what happens when you have opposing opinions in there, right? I mean, the same reason we go to
Right.
see multiple doctors for second opinions. Doctors aren't always going to agree on a course of treatment. So yeah, that's got to be going on in this hive mind.
Just think you've got two opposite personalities in Helen and Carol. And if they were, say you have a million Helens and a million Carols and they all come together and they're all just going to be pushing against each other and there's not going to be any headway made there. And I feel like that might be kind of like what's going on with this hive mind is there's just so much thought and because humans are different and these aliens may not know that, right? They never experience humans. They don't know what we're like. They don't understand how humans think and work. And so they're trying to apply alien whatever to humans and it's not working. This like I keep calling it a log jam because that's the only way I can think of. But this log jam of personalities and knowledge is just creating a standstill. It's like a traffic jam. You got this car of Helen and this car of Carol, and then you got Helen and Carol here, and they're all converged in the middle, and no one can go anywhere. And I feel like that's kind of why they have this knowledge block about humanity because they're taking so much information from so many humans, they can't make it all fit together into one thing.
Well, this recipe or whatever you want to call it that they sent over has all these ingredients in it, and emotion just might not be one of them. They might have just removed the emotional factor from this cocktail.
And that they tried that on Star Trek, and it was one of the most popular characters ever. So
Data.
Oh well, Mr. Spock.
Oh, and Spock, yeah. No, wait, Data was. What did you say? Yeah.
He's Star Trek too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. To be fair, Data was a robot. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Spock was a Vulcan.
True. Yes. Well, biological form.
Half Vulcan.
Yeah. But yes. Everything we're saying is true. I think there's just no, and it's the emotions that one could argue is what makes you human. It's the emotional factor, which we're not seeing from them. They are extremely intelligent, think everything through rationally, do everything the right way, but there's just no emotions attached to it.
Right. Well, it's just a lack of understanding. Like, so you can read, say, data from someone's medical chart. You can have all the data in the world from someone's medical chart, but you don't understand that person just because you have their medical chart with all their data on it. You know what I mean?
Well, no, but when you're speaking medically, you don't need to know them emotionally. If
Right.
you're trying to fix an ailment, it doesn't matter who they
Right.
are.
That's
You just need to know what's wrong.
That's exactly how they are, because they're trying to fix humanity, or so we say.
Exactly. They're hyper rational. They don't need emotion in any of this to fix the problem, which
But their
we're the
problem,
we're-
their problem that they're encountering right now requires them to have some emotion and understanding of, because otherwise they do things like give her a hand grenade.
Carol has too much emotion and we have none.
There's a movie where the negative emotion of humans in the area created evil that took over the city. Does anybody know what movie I'm talking about? Drop it in the comments if you do.
That sounds familiar.
It's a sequel to another movie that was really famous. Does that help you? Anybody out? All right, I'm gonna tell you the answer.
Spoilers.
Drop your answers now, because I'm getting ready to tell you the answer. It's Ghostbusters 2.
Oh yeah.
And the negative emotion of the New Yorkers turns into pink slime beneath the city.
The slut.
And it makes they use the positive emotions to make the Statue of Liberty walk through the city.
Yep. That's right.
So,
that's right.
It's been done, Vince. Copying Ghostbusters 2.
Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back after these messages. We just thought we'd remind you to show this episode some love by tapping that like button, if there's one to be tapped, subscribing to our podcast or channel, and, if available, enabling all notifications, and sharing the show, or clips of it, with everyone you know. And don't be afraid to reach out. Leave your questions, feedback, ideas, or even concerns in the comments section. There isn't one? Head on over to ratethispodcast.com/squawkingdead and leave your thoughts there. Rating our podcast is the best way to get our attention because it also boosts our visibility. And we'll probably address it in the next episode too. And if you think there's something to what we're doing here at Squawking Dead, tip us over on Ko-fi. As a token of our appreciation, you'll receive forever access to our Discord, along with 30 days access to our uncut episode and interview recordings, plus our pre-squawk insights. Take your support further. Join a membership tier on either ko-fi.com/squawkingdead or patreon.com/squawkingdead, and you'll unlock access to more channels on our Discord server, receive shoutouts at the end of every episode, and depending on what tier you join, the ability to join us on camera and mic to break down future episodes alongside us. Thank you for hearing us out and making it this far into the episode. We now return you to our regularly scheduled podcast.
But I guess that's it. I can't really think of anything else. I've been back through my notes. I'm sure there's a million things I want to say that there is something I want to say. In episode 2, they make a big show out of talking about the nuclear football. Abate or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Has nuclear football. And here we have the atom bomb coming up in this episode. The nuclear football that doesn't work anymore.
Why did they say it didn't work?
He didn't. He just says, I don't think it works anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I just found it interesting that we had the nuclear.
Yeah.
Again, they made a point to talk about the nuclear football in a very, look, here
Obvious
it is.
way.
Yeah. The Chekhov's nuclear football. Yeah. Just like we had, Chekhov's hand grenade in this one.
I'm not going to ask you what you think is going to happen in the next episode. I'm going to ask you, what do you want to see in the next episode?
That is a tough question. Because I don't usually think about things like that, really.
I already told you what I want to see.
I kind of want to see, I don't know, I want to see Carol just ask for the most outrageous shit she can think of to see what they bring her. I mean,
what do you think? What are some examples of what could be the most outrageous stuff?
A killer whale?
Well, no, they can't do that. That would require them to take it out of the ocean, which would be effectively killing it.
Not if they put it in a big, huge tanker and bring it to her.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean,
what would you ask for?
Oh, God. Well, money doesn't
if you
mean
were Carol.
anymore.
Nope, you're Carol, and you could have anything you want.
I want to have a house on the beach and just go to the beach every day. That's it. I mean, literally, that would be it. Have some books and give me, and let me go to the store and grab some DVDs to watch since you took my TV away. And let me go to the beach every day and I'll be perfectly flippin' happy. Now, I was going to say they set all the dogs are off their leashes, off their chains, but I would be like, also give every dog a good home. But they set all the dogs free, so that's not necessary.
So if all the dogs are free, are they fending for themselves, or do you think someone's like feeding them? Because they are domestic, right?
Right. And I mean, setting all the dogs free, you know what you're going to get? You're going to get a pack of wild dogs roaming streets.
Absolutely. That's dangerous.
Right. And like, here's the problem, like something we didn't really talk about, but like the wildlife explosion that's going to happen because nobody's hunting. Excuse me, my throat just tickled. Hold on. Nobody's hunting them or killing them. There's no meat industry anymore, so all those meat animals are just out there. I wonder if they still do dairy, because like I guess they don't have to kill them to get dairy, so I guess they'd still do
No.
dairy. But so like there's gonna be like this wildlife proliferation that's gonna happen, which is not good either.
No, we have deer season for a reason.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they said they got mauled and stuff. So I guess they're like, okay, that's just part of what happens. We get mauled by.
I mean, if
wild
humans are
animals.
just another part of nature, then we got to find our
So,
place in the food chain.
What I really want to see in the next episode is more explanation of how the hive mind works.
Okay.
That is what I really. I mean, all crap aside, that's really what I want to see, because that's kind of where I'm really interested in. Like, how exactly is this
Yeah.
working? Like, I mean, I get it. It's a TV show, and like everything's not going to be perfect, because like I just like like The Walking Dead, everything's not going to be perfect. Everything can't be perfect, but give me an explanation as to how this works. That's what I want.
Okay. Little clarification.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see what they do. I want to see what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
do
kind of
they
what
sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
Do
what
they
I said.
sleep?
How
Do
it
they
works.
eat? Yeah.
How does the hive mind work? Are the people just standing around doing nothing, like empty shells when there's nothing to do?
Right.
What's going on? Do we have a bunch of people farming? I mean, like all the Vegas go-go dancers are now out farming in their go-go boots, walking in the mud with cow. I mean, what is going on?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
But yeah,
Well,
I
we'll
love
get
this
some
show.
kind of answers.
I think this show is great. Again, I have 1,000,000% confidence in Vince Gilligan to give us. The episode was written and directed by Gordon Smith, who also was a big mover and shaker on Better Call Saul. He wrote Bagman, which was the one where Saul
that's a good one, yeah.
and Mike go across the desert. And he
Yep.
also did
Oof.
Chicanery, which is one of my favorite episodes. It's the one where they put his brother on the stand, Chuck, where they put Chuck on the stand.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So Gordon Smith, you're the bomb, my friend.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I guess that's it. Look,
awesome.
Under an hour and a half, Rachel, and that was with a break.
Yep. I know. See, David, this is how you do it. I'm kidding.
We missed you, Dave.
We missed you. I know. We missed a whole third opinion, which is why we're able to get through it.
Dave always brings up really good points and stuff too, and I missed that because I had a lot of stuff I wanted to play off of him on this, and he wasn't here. Dave.
That's
stupid.
Okay.
Let your
understand.
Stupid work get in way of your real work.
Yeah, we understand. He would much rather be here with us.
I know. You know, I'm just picking on you, man, because I really wish you were here. I'm sorry.
I know. We missed you, Dave. We missed you.
We missed you.
All right. Well, thanks for listening.
We expect you to insert your opinions in this as you go. You can tell us why we're wrong and everything.
Yeah, there'll be like a little box of David that pops up from the bottom.
And this is why they're wrong. I mean, it's
and he'll be like, if I were here, this is what I would have said right here.
Right.
Little box of David that pops up.
So we missed your input.
We did.
But next week.
All right.
Next week. I wonder how many episodes there are of the show. I know it's probably only like 10.
It's the first season, so probably not many.
It's already been greenlighted for season 2, which is good news.
Oh, good. Awesome. That is good. All right.
Again, one more thing. I can't resist shouting out Racy Horn one more time, because she's carrying the show, and she is doing a brilliant job of it.
Yes, she is. One thing, we're going to get yelled at, so we'll do it at the end here. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We hope you enjoyed. We have been your hosts. I'm CosmoMom09.
I'm Sharon D. I don't like using Blazy Guard anymore. Nobody ever goes to my stuff anymore, so I'm just Sharon D. Bye, y'all.
All right. Bye. All right, and I'm going to write stop recording.
That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.